Now today we are going to talk about the data management. Data management is a simple stuff. We have entered data into Salesforce manually, one record at a time. What we are going to understand is if I have multiple records which need to be entered into the system, then how do we do that, right? So for data management, there are a few things which we will learn. First is import of data. Import is inserting multiple records. Export means taking the data out of Salesforce. If you already have the data inside Salesforce and you want to take a backup on your local system, so from Salesforce to Excel or CSV kind of thing. Third is update. Okay, so if I have data in Salesforce and if I want to make updates or changes on the data, if it is about one single record, you always have that option of going and clicking on that edit button. I think I've told you all to spend some time on entering some data and then edit and delete and all. So we understand how do we edit one single record. However, what we are going to learn is how do we update multiple records. Okay, and then we have upsert that we will talk about. Upsert is you do upsert when you are not sure whether the data that you're going to update or the data that you're going to create is already there or not. Okay, so upsert is a combination of insert and update. Okay, not this way, this way. So update plus insert makes it upsert. Upsert is an operation which we do when we are not sure, as I told you, when we do not know whether the data already exists there or it does not, right? In that case, you will do an upsert operation. So this upsert operation helps you update the records which are already there. So Salesforce will find out if the record is already existing, it will update that. If it is not existing, it will create that record. Fine, so that you do not end up creating duplicates. Okay, so that is the thing. And then we have transfer of data. Transferring means transferring it from one owner to the other owner. Now you must have noticed in Salesforce every record has an owner. Just give me a minute. Every record has an owner in Salesforce. Okay, so if you click on any of the records in Salesforce, if you go to accounts or contacts or opportunities, whatever you want to click on this, you will see that there is a field called owner. The first one, account owner field, and there is an owner for every record. Okay, so this owner is no one but one of the users from your company. Why there has to be an owner for every record? Why someone has to own the record? So that the access controls and the permissions can be controlled. Now sometimes it happens that you have certain accounts and you do not want to give permission to everyone in the company to see that account or delete that. So the person who is the owner of it will have the permissions or the access to delete or edit or whatever, modify that record, right? So for that reason there are owners. So we'll talk about these permissions and all after we are done with our data management thing. But as of now we just have to understand that every record has an owner. So when I talk about this transfer thing, we are talking about transferring the data from one owner to the other owner. All right. So if you have, let's say, if there is a team which is there, or let's say there is a person XYZ who is working in the company, and this person has 1000 records under his name. He's the owner for 1000 records. Now this guy decides to quit the organization. There is another person who is taking it up. Now all those 1000 records from this person needs to be transferred to the other person. So you do not need to go and change the owners manually one by one. You can transfer it. You can do a mass transfer. Okay. And then you can do so mass transfer and mass delete. Mass delete is the other option that you can do. All right. Mass delete is if you want to delete multiple records at once. Okay. So these are the different things that we will see. How do we do these things on Salesforce, and we are also going to talk about the storage usage. How do we understand how much of data storage has been utilized, how much has been provided by Salesforce? Because while we are talking about data management, we also need to keep in mind the data storage capacity. How much data you can store out of that, how much have you stored, how much still you can store. That is what we have to look into. Okay, so let's get into this. For doing these data operations, there's a tool that is there in Salesforce which is called data loader. So I would start with the data loader thing. Give me one moment. Data loader here. Okay. So there's this application called data loader. Okay. This is how it looks. This is how your data loader looks. Okay. So this is an application which you need to install. Now how will you install it? Log in into a developer editions, all of you. I'll help you install this now. Log in into your developer editions. I can just make one of you as the presenter. Let Shilpa be the presenter. Others need to follow. Go to setup, data management, data loader. Yeah, download the data loader. Absolutely correct. Are you using a Mac? Anyone who is using a Mac? Data loader will not work with Mac. So if anyone is using Mac, let me know. Okay, not using Mac, absolutely fine. So start downloading the data loader. Once it downloads, you will get the exe file. You just have to install it. Click on download the data loader. Acha, Shilpa is using Mac. Okay, fine. I'll give you another link for that. Give me a minute, Shilpa. I'll share another link with you.
Okay.
So people using Mac can use this link. For Mac, it is called Lexi Loader.
So, Jeet, should I go on with this
Yeah, yeah,
installation or?
yeah, yeah. You can carry on, install it. It's the normal installation of any other software. Hey Venkat, you there? Can you hear me? Okay. So Shilpa, how is it? How is it going with you?
Hi, Jeet.
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing
No download option. Click on the download link.
can I share my screen with you?
I can see your screen.
Oh, you can see. Okay, sorry. So what should I do next here?
How do you download this? So give me 1 minute. Yeah. So that click on that external mirror one thing.
Comes back to this page when I click. Yeah.
1 minute. Okay, you use this link. So for V30, yeah, click on that.
We have it able to download.
Then, yeah, it's ready. You have got the app. So, Sesha, you also see the similar kind of app, similar software. We see same software, both of you. Okay.
I installed it. Where would be the file actually?
You can take it from the start menu, start
That menu?
programs.
Okay. Don't know app installed.
No, you are again installing it. After installing the application, how do you open that? Go to the start menu. Search. Say data loader only. Got it? Okay, fine. So now that is done. Fine. All right. So we got this data loader app, okay, installed, downloaded. So Venkat, I was just helping them download and install the data loader. So that's a very simple thing. You can do it later on. For now, you can just see how do we use data loader, and installation part you can do after the session also. It should not be difficult for you. Fine. Okay. So now let's come back to my screen. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, I think you can see my screen now. So before we start, doing these data management operations through data loader, we need to understand a few things. First thing that you have to understand is that data loader is a desktop application. We have installed it, right? So this needs security token. Okay, it requires a security token. So that is number one thing. To log in into data loader, you will need a security token. Point number two that you need to understand is Salesforce takes and gives CSV files. So Salesforce only recognizes CSV format. CSV is a file format. It only recognizes that format. If you're trying to put data into Salesforce, or if you're trying to take out data from Salesforce, both the things will happen in CSV. So if you want to enter some data into Salesforce, you'll have to supply a CSV file. If you want to export the data out of Salesforce, that also needs to be done in CSV format. Okay, so Salesforce only recognizes CSV, no other format. Okay, so that's point number two. Third point is the third one that we need to understand here is this data loader gives log files for every operation. Two types of log files are provided by it. One is success log, second is error log. Okay, so any data loader operation that you do, post that you will receive two log files. Okay, what is that log file? There will be two log files. One will be success log. Success log file will have all the successful records, the records which were successfully updated or created or deleted, whatever. And then there will be error logs. Error logs will contain the records which could not be modified or could not be created because of some error. Okay, so these are a few things that we just need to keep in mind for data loader. Okay, now let's start using data loader. Okay, what I'll do is I need the login ID password of one of you. I think someone shared it with me earlier. No, I need the login ID password from one of you so that I can do the data operations on that developer account. Anyone, any volunteer? Developer
Should I
edition
mail
login
you
ID
or
password.
I'll just tell you?
I think Shilpa has shared that, so I'll just use that one. Okay, thank you, Shilpa. 1 minute. Now let me try to log in into Shilpa's account first. So for developer edition also, uh, as we were discussing yesterday, that there is an identity process which this identity confirmation process which goes on in the back end when you try to log in. For your developer edition, that happens. If you have created a login on some account on some computer and you're trying to log in from a different computer, Salesforce actually takes all those identity confirmation steps and it will ask for a verification code. You just see. Now this is Shilpa's login account that she has shared it with me. Let me just try to log in into this and you will see. Put the login ID and I put the password. Now this is a new location for Salesforce for this account. Try to log in into this. It does all those steps and then it finally asks me for a verification code. It says, okay, fine, you are attempting to access salesforce.com from an unrecognized device. Okay, so you have to activate this device. How do I do that? I need to get a verification code. So the verification code will be sent to my registered mobile number. Shilpa, can you just share that verification code with me? Not yet received? Oh, okay. So this is fine. We understand this part, that how that verification process works for developer edition also, right? And you have to get the verification code sent to your registered mobile or email and then you log in. So done. Now the other thing that I need from you, Shilpa, is the security token, because to log in into data loader I need security token also. So how do we generate the security token for you? We just have to go to my settings, personal, reset my security token. and then click on reset security token. Got it? So the moment I click on reset security token, there is a security token which will be generated and it will be sent to the registered mobile. So I just click on this. Now this will be sent to your registered email. Sorry, it will be sent to your registered email. Security token. So can you just copy that security token and put it in the chat window? And we will need to combine the security token along with the password while logging into our data loader. Fine. So make sure that you take your security token before you log into data loader. Otherwise it will throw error. So this is how the security token looks basically. This is what Shilpa has received. So now what you have to do, we just have to go to the data loader and select what operation we want to do. I showed you all these things: insert, update, upsert, delete, export all. Let's say I want to do an insert operation. So click on this. Now you will be required to put your username, password. So the username is this. Then I put the password. Okay, and right after the password you need to put the security token. So no space, nothing. Password, combine it with the security token. Try to log in. Login completed. Now click on next. Now here you start inserting the data. Okay, so before we can insert the data, what we need a CSV file. The process of data loader works like this. We need to prepare a CSV file. Okay, put the data in that file and that needs to be inserted here. So let's go and prepare a CSV file first. The data that I need to enter, I think I have a dummy file. I'll use that one. Okay, here is a sample file that I have. I'm going to use this file. You need to have a file like this where you have all the records which need to be created. Like I have 4 accounts which need to be created. I could have had more fields, or I could have had more records. Okay, so we'll take this example, we'll take this file and try to put this data into Salesforce. Okay, so first thing that you need to do once you have created the file, you need to make sure that you save it in CSV as I told you earlier. So saving it in CSV is pretty simple. You just click on save as and select this CSV comma delimited format. There are 2 more CSVs, Macintosh and MS-DOS, but you need to say take CSV comma delimited. This should be the format, and then click on save. I have already saved it in CSV, so I'm not saving, but you should save it in CSV. Okay. Once your file is saved in CSV, close the file. You want to make changes? Yes. Okay. Close the file. Go to your data loader. Now on the data loader, where you're trying to insert the records, do the browse and select that file. Where is that file? It was on my desktop. So wherever you have saved it, pick it from there. Select the file. Select the object for which you want to import the data. Okay. I want to put the data in accounts, right? You might want to put some contacts, you might want to put leads, opportunities. So whatever object you have to select that. So I select account. The file has been selected. Go to next. And then it says your operation will contain 4 records. Click on OK. Okay. So now the only thing that you have to do is a mapping of fields. There are a few fields on your Salesforce for accounts, and there are a few columns on your CSV file, right? So you just have to map the CSV file columns with the Salesforce fields. That is what we have to do. That's the only thing that we have to do now. So just click on create or edit a map and then map the fields. So these are the columns from CSV file, the file which we are trying to import, and these are all Salesforce fields. So we just have to do the right mapping. So company name should be mapped with the name of the account. Okay, this will be mapped with this. Fax should be mapped with fax. Phone number should be mapped with a phone number, and website. Done mapping. Click on OK. Now the fields have been mapped. You can just go ahead and click on next and then click on finish. That's it. Now it will ask. Okay. We are clear so far. The mapping thing. Okay. Create the file. Log into your data loader. Browse the file. Select the object. Map the fields. That part is done. Now there is one more thing that I just missed on. This step 4, where it asks you to define a directory where you want to save your log files. I told you, right? It gives, data loader gives you log files for every transaction that you're doing. So you just have to define a location. So I have defined a location, my log files on desktop as a folder. It should be saved there. Fine. Click on finish. Yes. You want to proceed? Click on yes. That's it. The operation has fully completed. There were 4 successful inserts and 0 errors. So you can see the success and errors from here, or you can go to the defined location where you have saved the log files. Here. So see, these 4 records have been created. Now I can go to my Salesforce account and check it there also. So go to your login, say accounts which are new this week. See, these 4 accounts we created. Alright. So this is how it is. So this could have been a bigger number of records. You could have done that easily. Data loader allows you up to 5 million records to be imported. Fine. Now the way we have done import, the next thing that we are going to talk about is an export. Okay. Export is similar way. Click on export, select which object's data you want to export. Let's say account. Okay. And choose a target where you want to export this. I will save it in the desktop. That's fine. Go to next. Target means the location. Okay, this file already exists. So I will call it export9.csv. Okay. So export is pretty simple. You do not have to do anything. You just have to select the object. Because I'm taking out data from Salesforce, I do not have to manage anything. So just go to export, object, go to next, and then select the fields that you want to export. Let's say for account, I want to export the name, type, industry, website, phone, fax. So these are the 4 fields I want to export. If you want to put any filter or any criteria in the data that you want to export, let's say you just want to export the data from a given country, or you just want to export the data which have a certain number of employees. So if you have any such condition, you can put that here. And then you can just click on finish. That's it. You have chosen to perform an export. Okay. 16 records exported. View extraction. Got this thing? And you also must have received the same file on your desktop and wherever location where you defined that you want the export file to be. Extract 9, yeah, here it is. Export also comes in CSV format. Here it is, CSV, commanded separated file. Here Okay. So inserting the data, exporting the data is clear with us. We understand how to do that. We understand how to use data loader. Alright. So that is what we are going to discuss today. Tomorrow when we meet, we will talk about deleting and updating the data. Fine. So how do we perform an update operation and delete operations using this data loader? Fine. Please let me know if you have any questions here for whatever we discussed in today's session. Clear? We are all fine with it? Okay. Fine then.